I'm Charles, I'm 54 years old, I'm 6'1" when I'm fully assembled, and last time I weighed in at about 235 pounds. Now this is essentially a part 3 of a set of videos of coming upstairs when I had my first major amputation, which was a right leg below the knee amputation. My brother is sitting in for me simulating this since I can't do it anymore since my second amputation. And the leg with the red ribbon on there is to demonstrate the amputated leg. He is wearing knee pads. That's why it looks kind of bulky, even though you may not be able to tell what that is. It was suggested to me early on that knee pads would be good to save the knees for the future, and he's got one on each knee. Now, one of the things that happened with me not too terribly long after I got my below the knee amputation was I broke my foot, my real foot, and at that point I couldn't safely really use a walker because it just didn't make any sense using one leg bouncing around on my walker, on my broken foot. So coming upstairs, of course, was going to be difficult. If you saw the second video, part 2, you would have seen that I had a walker upstairs, and I moved upstairs, used a step stool, etc., moved to the walker, and then bounced around like that. But trying to save my broken foot to get it to heal, decided that probably wasn't a good route. So this is what I actually did once I started to get upstairs. At this point, I had determined that it was going to be more of a pain for me to bring my prosthetic leg up and down the stairs. Basically, it got in the way of what I was trying to do. So I just put it on and took it off before I came upstairs. I'd take it off, put it on in the morning once I'd gotten downstairs. So basically, I'd come up the stairs more or less the way it showed on part 1 and part 2. Yes, I did have a broken foot, and it was either in a hard cast or a walking cast or some kind of a cast almost the whole time. But virtually the only way to ever put on it was when I was coming up and down the stairs. So that's what I used. So this is what's happened. We've gone ahead and moved the step stool out of the way, and we're going to move around in a little bit different fashion. All the time when I'm going up and down the stairs, I have like a lunch bag or a bag or carrying some toilet paper up after I got to the grocery store, just any number of things. And my brother's brought some stuff upstairs with him also. So he has made his way up to the top of the steps. Now it's time to get up on the second floor, and how the heck do we move around? And this is what he's going to do. He's just going to manage to get the stuff that he's carrying up, move it up out of the way, and he's going to grab this little mechanic scooter. This is something that I already had. This is a heavy duty one, or fairly heavy duty. It supported my weight without any difficulty at all. And he's going to push himself up all the way up to the top step, and he's just going to, this amputated leg that doesn't have a prosthetic on it at this point, it's downstairs. He's just going to have that on the floor, and he's going to put his real leg, the knee, just put that on the floor, and he is going to use this scooter. And it was helpful because he got to put stuff on the scooter and hold stuff like that, and you can either lean down, whatever comfortable, put your weight on your hands. The reason I used this instead of just walking around on my knees was because I would get terrible cramps in my thighs, and it made it very, very difficult. But I was able to manage just moving around like this, and I could, of course, move faster than what he's doing now, but I'm in his way, so he really can't move fast. But I could move just about everything I needed. I could get myself where I needed to go without much difficulty by just moving around on this mechanic scooter. It probably cost $35 or $40, but that may have 10 years ago, so it may be likely be more than that now. But it is something that's very useful, and it was something that I would suggest somebody at least give some thought to if it help you get moving around.